Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 83 of WCW. I'm Swarls. We are coming off of a 100 rated WCW sold out. That's our, third consecutive 100 rated big show? Clash. Then we'd have to go back to 94. Both Starcades. Oh, Fall Brawl, we got a lowly 94. Okay, so like 4 events in a row now we've gotten to 100. So the pressure's on for 5 in a row at Super Brawl. But Super Brawl's not for a while. That's 27 days away. Tonight we got a Nitro. The only thing I know for sure we're doing on this Nitro is we're doing Vader and Rick Rude in a #1 contenders a rubber match where the winner will face Steve Austin at Super Brawl. That's really all I know for sure. And yes, I mean, we know Vader's winning because y'all were there for no pad time. No real surprises there. So we might as well just get into it. No nights off. Let's see, where haven't we been in a while? We haven't been to New England or the Northwest because we don't draw well there. But it's probably time. We're in pay-per-view mode. Last time we were here, we did the Conti Forum. Alright, let's go to the Harry A. Gamble Pavilion in Storrs, Connecticut. What a venue. Alright, let's get... If I remember correctly, we don't really have a lot of great finishes right now because we kind of used them all up. Now, granted, we have like a month until the next pay-per-view, but I might just want to get some... Alright, a safe bet for Big Van Vader. I think we'll use that tonight. Thank you, game. Big gamble for Steve Austin. No thanks. Bit of a gamble. No thanks. Near certainty. Now we're talking. All right. Good meeting. Tenru has a storyline idea. Interesting. Tenru trained Ria Tamada. Steamboat training people. Brian Pillman and Stevie Ray had a blazing argument. Oh no, Jumbo and Masawa got into a heated argument. That's not good. Dusty and Jericho are getting along well backstage. Interesting. Kyohei Wada did some spot-on impressions, I assume, of the Japanese wrestlers. Alright. We will not be addressing the locker room. We got our book this dummy. I wrote this down here and the notepad. I was like, Swarls, do not... I was really on top of it for once. Like, Swarls, do not forget to book this. You big dumb moron. And it has worked. Big Van Vader. Rick Rude. I'm gonna give them like 20 slow build. Like this is a big time match. Vader is winning. Open slow build. Let's use that Big Van Vader safe bet we just got. See if we can get 100 for the blow off. Also, let's end the feud. Nick always tells me this doesn't do anything. I think he's wrong. I don't have any proof. Just based on vibes. I think you do get a boost if you put the end the storyline thing here and it's hot storyline. You should change Rude picture. Yeah, probably if there's like a short-haired Rick Rude photo. Oh, I can't do it from this screen. I don't think. Maybe I'm wrong. See. Rude. Yeah, this is the one. That does bring a much different vibe, I gotta say. All right, now we got to figure out like the rest of the show. But I mean, oh, you know what? We should end with like Austin attacking. That that makes a lot of sense. Camo, what's up? Nothing really. We just booked the main event for the first Nitro, which is Vader beating Rick Rude in a 20-minute match to end their feud. And now champion Steve Austin is going to attack Vader from behind and lay him out just to really start that feud, I suppose. Okay. Let's see. What did we do last week? Right, we did Sting and Kobashi, and then Sting was like, Kobashi, friend? And then Misawa attacked him. That sounds like a promo to me. That sounds like Sting. Let's call this foreshadowing. Sting in the ring, cutting a promo. Basically, calling Misawa out for attacking him. But then also talking about how, you know, I think the attack wasn't just about sending a message to the number one contender for the Triple Crown title. I think you saw how Kobashi was looking at me. You saw him thinking about that handshake. And you treat Kobashi like he's like he's second in command, but you don't want to lose him. Golub, what's up? Same thing I just told the last person. We're booking the first show. So far, all we booked is Vader beats Rick Rude in the main event. So this is Sting promo on Misawa. Stirs the pot. About Kobashi face turn. All right. Ash, what's up? Ultimo beat Bam Bam last week. That is a thing we did. I forgot about that. Ultimo's taking on Negro Casas though, so we have to. Well, Negro Casas won and then cut a promo, so that in a way has started. Dangerous Law mocked Jumbo. Tag champs gas themselves up. All right, Gordy, Hansen, those guys all yelled at each other. I think it would make sense to do Stan versus Terry one-on-one, which I don't know if we've done yet. Holy shit. Alright, they had a match in January that only got a 77. That's surprising. And then they've been in a million billion tag matches. But it still makes sense for the story. In fact, I'm going to give them storytelling instead of Wild Brawl. Because this match is going to go to a double disqualification. When Dr. Death runs in and beats up both of them. Because you remember, he's mad at both of these guys, even though he's a babyface. Yeah, let's just do 10 minutes. Ooh, Stan is unhappy. Alright, I don't like to do the keep strong note, but this is not the main event, so we'll keep Stan strong. And then I'm going to have these guys all fight. Steve, Terry, Stan. Okay. Nick, hello. Oh, about to start the Warrior arc. Well, a slight spoiler. The Warrior arc just ended. He does, there is a shelf life to Warrior in WCW, but enjoy it while it starts. All right, Let's see. Owen and Regal versus Jericho and Storm. We need to build up Jericho and Storm, like, fast. I don't even think Jericho has turned heel yet. No, he's preparing. 3 segments. He can turn tonight. Those guys can win a match, and I could just turn them in that. That's fine. In fact, let's do this. Let's do Owen and Regal beating, I don't know, some heels. Oh, looks like we're using some locals, or maybe borrowing people. Who can sell? Who can sell? Let's see. Judge Jeff Jones, a 19-year-old Judge Jeff Jones. I don't know about that. Oh, we're in New England. That's right. Just incredible. Tony DeVito. Let's get old PJ Polacco. Let's get him in there. Let's do Owen Hart and Steven Regal against Kikuchi and Just Incredible, the dynamic duo. This is a squash match. Nick, while you're here, I don't know how long you're going to stay. I hate to just spring this on you, but are you going to be good for Thursday? I know the Knicks are out, but I last time I talked to you, you sounded like you were pretty sick. I know you might not know yet, but I figured I'd ask while you're here. Anyway, after the match, these guys are going to get attacked by Lance Storm and Jericho. And then that's going to be the turn. And then, which, you know, what is the meaning of this? These Lance Storm and Chris Jericho attacking Owen Hart. What is the meaning of this? Like one of those kinds of things. Good? Alright, cool. And let's turn Chris Jericho. Shocking attack on Owen Regal by Thrill Seekers. Did we make the Thrill Seekers an actual tag? I should check that. Still on antibiotics. Yeah. We did. Okay, good. Bull and Debbie. Bull and Debbie. Bull and Debbie. Safe bet. Deploy that shit. Alright, so we gotta do something with them. Debbie is ready for Bull. Bull and Bam Bam defeat Sabu and Debbie Malenko. Alright, so they've just been kind of wrestling random tags. And I think we're going to continue with that, because that's the way you juice their numbers. Looking at what we have. It's Sabu and Bam. They already did Sabu and Bam Bam, so that wouldn't really make sense. Battle Cat's on the other brand. I like to think Jericho is the spokesperson while Lance is serious. Yeah, I mean, that was kind of their vibe. Although, actually, I think their vibe was like fun baby faces. Listen, I didn't watch a lot of Smoky Mountain. I'm not gonna act like I knew the Thrill Seekers deal in 1993 or whatever. Debbie Malenko, you are gonna team with your good friend. This would probably be good for Ultimo Negro Casas. This would probably be a good way to do that. I might tell them to cook. That's kind of crazy, but like, everyone in this match is a good worker. I don't see any reason they couldn't cook. Cook. Negro Casas probably needs to win this match. They're both a neutral, so he doesn't have to. Actually, everyone's neutral. But I mean, if we could get, like, Debbie Malenko, like, flash pin, that would fucking rock. Let's go! Alright, Pillman and Jumbo. I believe last week we just had them call Jumbo a fat loser, and then he beat Mike Awesome. But Debbie pin, she did! Let's do... You know, we can do 4v4. This is... Maybe I should save this for another time, but... How much time do I have to kill? Oh, yeah, I only need to book... Let's save this 8-man tag for another time. In fact, let's do this. Let's do a promo. This would probably be backstage. Jumbo Saruda is going to challenge the Dangerous Alliance to an 8-man tag next week, not last week, that'd be crazy. And because he's got his good friends, the American Nightmares, by his side. They're gonna team up with him. So background, Dustin. You know what? All these guys in the background. Jumbo is apparently the guy I trust the most to cut the promo, which is fucking insane. Okay, so we got 6 more minutes. We don't need to choose a loser for a mixed tag. It will not have her pin Negro Casas. I promise. You got me thinking. I mean, you got me thinking about, but like I think, yeah, Jumbo's the best guy from that group to be talking. Yeah, I stand by what I said. I'm letting Jumbo cook. You know, let's just have Masala squash somebody. I feel like we don't see that enough. He's the Triple Crown champion. Let's just showcase him. There are many people here he could squash. We've talked a lot about how I don't think I'm ever going to do anything with Booker T or Stevie Ray because they're kind of bad. So let's do Mitsuharu Misawa versus Booker T. What a match. And that's a show. Alright. Would Sting talk about Misawa? I guess Misawa, it doesn't really matter. Let's open with the Sting promo. That'll be hot. And then let's do that Steal the Show mixed tag match. Then we could put, oops. We could put this here. That's the show. How is Booker bad? I don't know. He just is. Yeah. He gets like, I mean, you'll see when he wrestles Misawa, he's gonna get like a 30 something. I think this Big Man Vader and Rick Rude match could get 100. I think there's a chance. So I think this show could get like a 96. We'll see. $86 for the Sting promo. That's a little... Thought that would do better. Thought that'd be a lock for 100. 72. Okay. Storyline idea was a success. That is good. Bull got a 65. That's good. Debbie only getting a 49. That's okay, but... Debbie did, in fact, pin Bull. The game didn't make me look stupid. That's good. Because that's the exact kind of thing where I'd be like, oh, no, the game will know to pin Bull. I don't gotta set it. And then she, like, pins Nitro. Like, 100% the game would do that to me. Riley, what's up, man? AEW will be back on Thursday this week. If you missed it earlier, if you just came in. So we're back on Tuesday. But yes, it is back-to-back WCWs, I guess. You know what? Maybe Jumbo wasn't the guy to cut the promo. Maybe we should have let these other guys talk. Oh, well. Yeah, I mean, Booker T got a 41. Granted, this is a squash match, but yeah, that's kind of been the problem with Booker T. Yes, this is the weirdest venue we've run in a while. Also, maybe doing this Nitro with like a big match I'm trying to get 100 on in New England wasn't a good idea, because that's not our best territory. But like, I don't know, Misawa got a 94. It's probably fine. 64 for this squash match. That is fine. Just Incredible got a 28. Cool. The performance of Owen Hart stood out as being good. I'm sure it did in this match. And this is where we do the turn. Oh, this got a 38. That's bad. I think when we turn him heel, it'll do both, right? Yes. Okay. I use the annoying heel as a gimmick. I received a very good. Yes. Okay, great. Huge boost to microphone. Okay, that's good. Okay, but Nick, it's 1995. It's probably a okay venue at the time, right? Right? That's what we're telling ourselves. Oh, we're changing his gimmick too? Oh, okay, change his gimmick. His heel learning to be a face gimmick is adequate. It is an adequate gimmick. The game is correct. It's got 38. That's not great. I'm hoping the match they have at Super Bowl, granted, it'll be like second on the card, so it won't be a big deal. But I think they can cook. I think they can have a like banger tag match. But like these guys are not over at all. We really need to rocket pack them. This got a 77 again. That's just what these guys get. That was what their other match got. Maybe both times we had to keep Stan strong. I wonder if that was the problem with both of them. And Stan Hansen yelled backstage, "I'm not putting that son of a bitch Terry Gordy over." Big Brawl 85. Okay. Good. 99. Oh, I thought we could get to 100. Ah, I'm disappointed. Also, that was with the creative finish working, so this might have been the worst one they had if we had not used it. Because they had a 99, a 98, and now a third 99. I mean, that's a hell of a series of matches. And then Steve Austin beat him up. $94. I'm a little surprised. Someone in the chat said 94, right? Someone nailed it. Chamo. I don't know which one it is. 94. But I mean, yeah, it's a very good Nitro. I would say like this part of the card probably let us down a little bit. The 70, 64, 38. The 38 really, ugh, Eek. Financial report. Cool. Pop recap. Up in New England. Up in the Maritimes. Up in Chubu. They love us in Chubu. As we're waiting on this load screen, we're going up to Super Brawl 5, and I thought it would be fun to look up what actually happened at Super Brawl 5 to show what a weird departure we have taken from actual WCW. So I have it up on my phone here. Super Brawl 5, we had Alex Wright beat Paul Roma. Jim Duggan beat Bunkhouse Buck. Kevin Sullivan beat Dave Sullivan, a.k.a. Evad Sullivan. Harlem Heat beat the Nasty Boys. Blacktop Bully beat Dustin Rhodes. Randy Savage and Sting beat Avalanche and Big Bubba. That's like the first match that could almost maybe happen in our WCW. And then the main event, Hulk Hogan beat Vader in the first match that sounds even halfway decent. Of course, Nick. Of course, Nick gets excited about Evad Sullivan. That is such a like Nick gimmick. Oh shit. Oh, they oh they want to give Atlantis so much money. You know what? Neither of these companies have the money to pay Atlantis $149,000 a month. I'm gonna let one of them take them, and then we'll end up fucking buying AAA or CMLL. This is part of my master plan. Kid Cash is a regular wrestler now. Thank you, game. Although that does mean we are back to like Randy Savage versus somebody? Question mark. At Spring Stampede. But I mean, Spring Stampede is 2 pay-per-views away, so we got time. Oh, it was the King of the Road match? I wasn't sure if it was this paper. I thought that happened at like Uncensored, but maybe I'm wrong. There's got to be someone good available. Yeah, I mean, Atlantis. That was the search we did last stream. I don't know. We'll think of something. Sometimes we spend a bunch of time looking for someone, and then like 3 weeks for the pay-per-view, like WWE lets someone go or something, and then we're like, oh, and someone just like falls into our lap, or like we buy CMLL, you know. Oh shit. Oh shit. Nippon TV suing us because we didn't we didn't give them 24 episodes or whatever. All right, now we know what happens. Oh, they're in a straight-up bidding war over Atlantis. We won the Japanese battle. I guess we have Minoru Suzuki and Dev. I forgot that. Let's see. We finished first in the USA battle. Broadcast deal has expired. Unfortunately, you did not complete all contracted episodes and now face legal actions. You can expect the case to be completed in several months. Did he have signed Warrior? Yeah, I mean, of course they did. Oh, we have Suzuki shortlisted. Okay, thank you, Daniel. All right, well, now we know what happens. I mean, luckily we were able to waltz right into a spot with TV Asahi, so... Was Warrior for yesterday and I missed it, or is it here? It would have to be pretty high. I don't think they would bury fucking Warrior signing way down here. $26. Oh, they did bury it way down there. Huh. I'm just interested to see what his contract looks like. 731. That's what, a 2-year contract? Yeah, 2-year contract for the Warrior. Can I see what they're paying him? I don't know, whatever. I mean, listen, they can fucking have him. We got our juice from the Warrior, and, you know, we don't need him anymore. Scott Hall, on the other hand, he's joined NWA Florida. Things not going as well for the bad guy. That's rough. Yeah, he's working global in NWA Florida. $37. Oh, June's back. He's not active in the U.S. He worked here for a year. All right. Thank you. I would have missed that, and I would have been mad. Yeah, whatever you want, man. All right. Welcome back, June. I'm glad that resolved itself a lot faster than in the AEW save when Yuka Sakazaki or what. No, it was Nick Wayne was the one with the excursion where we just couldn't sign him for like 18 months. And it was fucking crazy. All right. Let's see. I think we just went good old Southeast for sold out. Yeah, so let's go. Oh, I don't know. Mid-Atlantic. I think we were just in the Mid-Atlantic. Yeah, we were. I haven't been in Great Lakes since December. Let's go Great Lakes. Last time we were here, we went to the Rosemont. Oh, out of respect to Nick, let's not go to Indiana. Let's go to fucking Cleveland. Alright, booking team meeting. Give me a finish. Unlikely. Give me a storyline idea. Big gamble. Don't love that. Give me a better storyline idea. Safe bet for Ric Flair. I don't really need one for Ric Flair. But okay. How about an angle idea? We never use those. I'm actually rooting for India. Oh, are you one of those like, actually, if the team that beat us wins the championship, it means that we lost to the champions? Like, are you one of those people? No, you just like them more than the other team? I mean, that's fair. I respect that attitude, but I personally could never. The Mets lost to the Dodgers and the NLCS, and for the first time in my life, I was like, let's go Yanks! Fucking take these bums out, which of course horrifically backfired as the Yankees got like creamed, but whatever. I was gonna root for the Dodgers, fuck them. Oh, big gamble. Jim Ross and Masawa got on really well during the meeting. I don't believe you. I mean, if you say so. Randy Savage, Bobby Heenan, always. Steamboat Training. Eddie Gilbert and Kyohei Wada really helped create a fun and relaxed atmosphere backstage when they found a karaoke machine. I can't even imagine what song these two did a duet for. It would have to be maybe some like hair metal song that was also big overseas. I don't know. Richard Morton and Sean Waltman got in an argument. Okay. All right, that wasn't that bad. All right, well, we're coming right off the pay-per-view where we just formed the New Horsemen, so we gotta open this with a big like in the ring, here's the New Horsemen promo. So you got Ric Flair talking. Oh, do I let the other guys talk? John, how are we looking? Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. He could, in theory, be a good promo. But, I mean, it's Triple H. And say what you will about Triple H's promos. I personally despised a lot of them. You know, in TEW, Triple H would have good promo stats. So I'm going to assume these are both on the higher end of these. I'm going to hope and pray. And we're going to let them talk. We're going to let all four guys talk. Do we have an angle idea? We have one. Oh, wait, it's a safe bet. You know what? Let's use it. Basically, Ric Flair's going to cut a promo. Like, these are my new horse. You know, Anderson, Hennig, you two thought I had, had nothing once you took out Tully, but there's a line of wrestlers waiting to be horsemen. Being a horseman is the best spot in wrestling, and you two idiots gave it up. I got my man Teru, multiple-time world champion from Japan. I got Rick Martel. He's one of the only guys in the roster that can keep up with me when it comes to styling and profiling. I got this new guy, this young blood that the Horseman needs, Jean-Paul Levesque. He's going to carry the Horseman into the future. Just total, like, I'm Ric Flair. These are my new guys. Because, you know, I'm assuming most people haven't seen the pay-per-view, so they are not aware that there is a new Four Horsemen. They got to know. All right. What the fuck are we going to do for the main event of the show? That's a great question. I suppose Avalanche and Terry is continuing, although I don't know if that's really main event material. Why is Eddie Guerrero annoyed with us? Why is our new TV champion mad? Let's see. Well, we know we're doing Ken and Dan are eventually going to do a heel turn. Actually, you know what? Let me go to storylines real quick. Wars are falling apart. Why isn't Martel in this? Fuck, Avalanche is still going. Jump up, the new title. Slinger. I guess Slinger and Battlecat will still be going for now, although Battlecat will be going for the U.S. title at the pay-per-view, but that's like 2 months away, so we have time to finish off this feud with Richard Slinger. Steiners are Spooky Boys. That's just done. I think we're just going to move on from that. You know what? I should add Steiners to this, because that's... We're gonna get them in this, because they're going to team with Arn and Kurt. So let's just put... Steiner and Scott Steiner in this. US title. Let's no, I would put Battlecat, but I'm keeping Battlecat in. Let's just end this one. Women's title, world title scene. Oh, world title scene. I have to add Big Van Vader to that. Okay, and then do I need to add? Let's add. Catch Club breakup. Eddie and Vampiro. We're just going to call that TV title. Oh, there's literally already one called TV title. All right, let's just... Bing. Bong. Also, Eddie, why... Not you. This Eddie. Why are you mad? What are you mad about? Oh, Rey Mysterio, and then... Oh, oh, he hates Vampiro, and we're going to put him in a feud with him. That sounds like good business to me. That's... We're gonna bring that heat onto the screen, brother. Maybe we should give him a lot of money. Still annoyed. Okay. Hey, there we go. Nothing 125 grand couldn't fix. Okay. We still have 1 6-minute segment. All right, let's start sowing the seeds. We're turning Dan heel, right? Yeah, because Ken's the one we want to push. Because Ken has 80 star quality. And Dan has 50. Yeah. Alright. Prepare Dan to turn. Alright, so this is real early on in the, maybe these guys are gonna... Oh, they're bad at working in tag matches. I forgot about that. And Takada's not here, and Bob Backlund's not here for a 6. We're just gonna have to do it. We're just gonna have to do it. It'll be a squash match. It'll be fine. Tracy Smothers and Steve Armstrong. I can't believe those guys are still here. Yes, I know. 6 minutes. Let's do storytelling. These guys aren't getting along. Ken will win. That's gonna do poorly. Let's see. Sold out. Battlecat, yeah, Battlecat won by DQ, Richard Slinger. Alright, so that's... You know what that means. That is a Jimmy Valiant promo on behalf of his boy, the Battlecat. About, old Dick Slinger. Yeah, but Richard Slinger, you know, you claimed you're a great technical wrestler. You hate cartoon wrestlers. You don't like my boy, the Battlecat. You say you're better than him. But when the rubber met the road, you had to take a shortcut. You know, that kind of stuff. You know, the Boogie Woogie Man. I have to figure out a main event for the show. And I think it's too early to do, like... Well, we could probably jumpstart a feud. If we did, like... Alright, here's my plan. Here's my plan. My plan is... the Steiner Brothers... and Eddie Guerrero taking on Vampiro, the Widowmaker, And Randy Savage, because he was just feuding Eddie, and like this is a main event, so we need some star power. And these guys were feuding at the pay-per-view. Like these feuds aren't really continuing, but what we are doing is Vampiro is going to start feuding Eddie. So what I would like to do, and he might not do it because he hates the guy, but I would like Vampiro to get like a tainted win over Eddie to jumpstart this feud. That's what I would like to do. We'll see. We'll see how he feels about it. He might be like pissed. A bit on. He's a bit unhappy. All right. What are you? You're 80. What about my boy Vampiro? 72? I mean, he's getting there. 87 in the Southwest. We should have done the show in the Southwest. That he would have jobbed to him. Fuck. Damn. I think we gotta let him be a bit unhappy. I know we just gave him $125,000, but we'll give him another $125,000. Let's have Arn and Kurt cut a promo later. This would be like a backstage thing. Basically, like, you know, we probably should have seen that coming. That's our bad. We should have known you would have paid some goons off to help you win your matches. But you know what? We'll find backup. Like, that's essentially the promo here. Steamboat in Austin is... I'm going to run it back. But it's 2 months away. It would kind of help if I had some kind of, like, road block for Steamboat. But I don't really have anyone that fits that on this brand. Unless we just gave, like, a little... We gave, like, a little, like, 2-week push to, like... the Giant Warrior or Dan Spivey to really, put them in Steamboat's way. That would be insane. I think he's just going to beat one of those guys and then cut a promo. Also, I think I took him out of the world title storyline, and I shouldn't have done that. I should have left him in it. Whoops. Alright. So Steamboat is going to squash a heel. Let's give him the aforementioned either Dan Spivey or Giant Warrior. I've never had him beat Dan Spivey. That's actually surprising. I'll give him 8 minutes. Dan Spivey's a big guy. I won't just have him job. I mean, he's jobbing, but you know what I mean. And then afterwards, I want Steamboat to cut a promo basically saying, yeah, Steve Austin got, he got the best of me at the pay-per-view. No excuses. He was the better man that night. But this isn't the last you've seen of Ricky Steamboat going for the WCW title. That kind of thing. He'll do a better job. He's Ricky Steamboat. Avalanche Terry, we have to do something. What did y'all do at Sold Out? Avalanche, Dave Finlay beat Terry Funk and Roddy Piper. And they just beat him. Because I was like, fuck Piper. Let's have Dave Finlay beat him. Yeah. Piper, how much longer are you here for? Oh, he got a 1-year contract? Oh, he's here longer than I thought. I thought it was like 6 months. That's why I was like, yeah, let's just job him out. Okay. Is Dave Finlay even getting over? Not really. He's like almost recognizable. He has cool... Why do you have cool momentum? Do we have character ideas? Likely, likely, likely. Near certainty. Why does that always happen when I do one of these? It worked. He has more momentum. Okay, great. I think Funk should probably attack one of... Because normally I wouldn't do a babyface attacking a heel after the match, but Funk is a crazy person. So I think we could just do, like... Avalanche versus... Oh, I don't know. Fuck it. It's 1995. Avalanche versus Kamala, baby. That's the match we all want. Avalanche is going to win. And then Terry Funk is going to come out and fight him. They can have a 6-minute fight. Fuck it. I don't care. Actually, no, because the other guy should come out, and then it would be worse. Let's do a 4-minute fight. Terry fighting. Roddy fighting. Dave Finlay fighting. Avalanche fighting. I have to say, Avalanche vs. Kamala feels like it would fit right in on that Super Brawl 5 card we read. After I clowned on it, I was like, you know what? Let me get in on that. Cactus. Cactus is not really doing anything, and that's... I suppose... I mean, he should probably at least cut a promo. Because he will be wrestling the Battle Cat, but we need that... That hasn't even started yet. So let's just do 6-minute Cactus Jack. Like, you know, I retained my title. I'm the best U.S. champion. No one's going to take this from me. Bang, bang. Which he's going to turn into 6 minutes. Somehow. Let's have this be like an Eric Bischoff is interviewing him in the ring kind of thing. And then we could do like one more squash match. You know who could win a match right after that opening promo? Because we should probably need to find out at some point if these guys have tag chemistry. We can do Rick Martel and John Paul Levesque. Hopefully they don't have negative chemistry. That would suck really bad for me. And they can beat the Italians. And y'all already know our guy, Jean Paul, is going to get the win. And the yellow is just because Eddie's mad, right? Yeah, the yellow is because Eddie's mad. Okay. Okay. Take Boogie Woogie Man and put him like way down here. want to swap these two. Okay. I don't think this is going to be nearly as good as the Nitro. Like, this main event might get like an 80. It's not a great main event. Like, the Widowmaker's in it. So I don't know. I'm going to guess like an 86 on this show. I don't think this is an especially good show. But, you know, it's supposed to be. It's after the pay-per-view, we're setting new stuff up kind of show. Okay, this got an 88. And you know what? Jean-Paul Levesque wasn't the problem. The problem was Rick Martel. So now we know that for the future. Rick is the one that just stands there. Our guy, Jean-Paul Levesque, did a masterful job. Good to know. $70? Okay. Rick Martel and Jean-Paul Levesque showed excellent chemistry teaming together. Let's go! Let's fucking go! We found our next challengers for the Steiners in like 3 pay-per-views or whatever. Oh, that came in clutch. That's huge. We got John Paul into the 50s. He's better than the Italian Stallion, finally. 66, yep, that's about, yep. This sure is a mid-card feud. A 73 for this match is better than it should get. I'll take it. This guy's 78. Finley. How are you going to tell me Dave Finley's bad at fighting? What do you mean he was... That's his whole thing. His name is Finley and he loves to fight. 77 for Steamboat beating Dan Spivey. Steamboat is just very good. He's very, very good. 100 promo for him just doing babyface shit. Him just being like, you know, Steve Austin, he was the better man that night. And I tip my hat to him. But that's just going to make me work even harder to win that WCW title. Just real meat on the bones babyface promo. Meat on the bones? That's not a saying. And then Cactus went out and was dog shit. God damn it, Cactus. You're supposed to be a promo guy. Okay, alright. Calm down. 60. Yeah, I mean, we knew these guys. Wow. It's not just bad chemistry. It's absolutely zero chemistry. Okay. Well, that's why they have to break up. Right. Which we cannot keep doing through dissension tag matches, so we'll have to figure something else out. 96 for Arn and Kurt. All right. Getting back on track. Getting back on track. 94 main event. What the fuck? Excuse me? Scott Steiner got a 100? What the hell is going on? Math is not mathing, but we allow it. What did Vampiro get? Vampiro got an 80? These guys just cooked. Savage got penalized for low morale. That's why he's so bad all the time. Widowmaker was penalized for an awful gimmick. True and true. $92. I said this show was dog shit. I was gonna get 85. What do I know? Who am I to doubt Randy Savage and the Coven? Vampire was only 2 points worse than Savage. That's wild. And we made money. And we're more popular in the Maritimes. Alright. I know. I can't believe it either, Bob Star. Osiris has left PWA. Okay. Vampiro has a grueling recent schedule. Is he not exclusive with us? No, he is. He's just needs some time, I suppose. Okay. I'll give you a week or two off, Vampiro. Unless I forget and then book you in a match. We'll see. Savage joining the Coven is crazy. But so crazy it might work? Who else needs to heal? Widowmaker. Yeah, sure. I'm much more willing to give Widowmaker some time off. That's, you know what? Take all the time you need, big dog. No, we need a feud for Randy for Spring Stampede, but we don't currently have one. The problem with I mean I guess I'll just bring the notepad over. So Spring Stampede, which is 2 pay-per-views away, so it's still like 2 months. The plan is to do a 4 Horsemen versus Kurt Arn and the Steiners, like big 4v4 like bunkhouse brawl, anarchy in the arena. But the problem with putting all those guys as one match is like, boy, the rest of this card is thin. So thin that we have like 6.5 matches booked because our 7th is Randy Savage versus question marks, and then our 8th is there. It's open. Oh, did I miss the guy trying to sell me viewers? Damn. No, Liger and Malia Hosaka split up. Oh, it's been a rough year for Liger, man. How much more longer is he hurt? 315 days. Fuck me. Oh, Dave Finley has a broken ankle. No wonder he was bad in the fight. My bad, Dave. You should have told me you were hurt. That's my bad. That's on me. You know, we've had Gary Albright just like chilling, floating, not on a brand for a long time. Maybe it's time. Maybe we just give him the Savage match. He's a face. He's unimportant, which is not great. But it means Gary Albright in 1995. He's pretty decent. I'm going to pencil him in for the Randy Savage match. And I'm officially going to put him on Saturday night as a brand. Actually, we need to do this with a couple people. There's a couple guys who are, like, showing up every night that shouldn't be. Jericho, you should be on Nitro. Sean Waltman, I guess you should be on Nitro. I mean, you're a light heavyweight, but you kind of stink. Linus, you should, I don't know why. It always freaks me out when you show up on Saturday. That's insane. I think that's all of them. Unless I'm forgetting somebody, which I probably am. Hey! Should we send him to developmental? No, he's 25. I mean, he's 25, and it's Jun Akiyama, and he's been on the main roster. So no, let's just send him. Oh, we could bring him in as a face. I'm thinking about this now. That actually might be a good idea. To bring him in as a face. Because when Kobashi turns face, he would have an ally in Akiyama. We could give Akiyama a big spot because we need to push Akiyama too. It's Akiyama. Yes, bring him in as a face. In less than 3 minutes, Jun Akiyama's option of restoring his old next big thing gimmick. As it was the time of his departure. Yeah. Sure, give him his next big thing gimmick. He signed an exclusive deal with CMLL. What did they pay him? Wow. Okay, 3-year deal. Is there not a way to see how much he's making? Whatever. Liger and Lee Osaka split up. Sad. IWF is going out of business. This is an indie from New England. Okay. I think we'll let that one go. Have to go to the CMLL roster page. We can do that. $149 a month. AAA was offering like $150 something, so he decided to stay with them. That's interesting. We'll never get our Atlantis versus Randy Savage match now. Atlantis to Gary Albright is a wild swing in opponents. Why don't they form a faction with Inoki? I mean, they could. I mean, Inoki's the New Japan guy, and they're all Japan guys, but I guess suppose that doesn't really matter in this universe. Just got Disco Inferno to quit in '98 WCW after having him jump to Hector Garza. Hell yeah. House show, Ontario. We're still grinding out that Canada loop. Okay, people watch Saturday night. What are Sean Mooney's stats? Yeah, he's an okay talking head guy. Which is probably... Alright. Oh, not Wayne Gorman. Alright, let's book a Nitro. Mariah May debuted on NXT. Oh boy. So did you know you had secretly created the Dungeon of Doom? I mean, I don't think it was a secret. I thought we were pretty honest about what was happening there. Northwest. We're going to draw 18,000 and then, okay, sure. Let's go to Taco Bell Arena, our favorite. Although, actually, we're only going to draw 12,000 in Taco Bell Arena. The Tacoma Dome is really the only one that makes sense. But we can't, I don't want to run there every time. Let's go to Taco Bell Arena. Fuck it. Idaho, baby. Well, they gotta send her to NXT because she's gotta find the hard cam, you know. I need character ideas. I want to juice some people up. Near certainty. Okay, now we're talking. Near certainty. Okay, now we're talking. Safe bet. Let's go. Near certainty. Great meeting. Great meeting. Alright. We got Tenru training Tamada. It's crazy to me that Steve Austin is one of the people that gets trained. I would love to know what the criteria is for that. He's the WCW champion. Lady Apache and Kenta Kobashi had butted heads backstage. Okay. All right. Everyone's chill in Idaho. Ah, yes. The book this dummy. Undefeated. So we got our big 4v4. I guess this is the main event. I mean, this is a pretty big match. As we have Jumbo Tsuruta teaming with Sabu, Dustin Rhodes, and Ron Simmons to take on Brian Pillman, Mike Awesome, Bam Bam Bigelow, and Jerry Lynn. Let's check these storylines out here. Who needs it? Sabu Bam Bam. Bam Bam fairly poor. Okay. And I would assume in the Jumbo and Pillman one, it would also be... Yeah, the heel. The heels are poor, so let's get the heels a win. Let's do Bam Bam over Sabu after a distraction on Sabu from Paul D. Dangerously. Sabu is very unhappy. You don't say. Okay. Brian Pillman is going to pin Jumbo. After a distraction from Paulie Dangerously. Jumbo is extreme. Fuck. Oh, this is the same pop. Come on, Jumbo. They should have a talent non-exit club. Her contract ran out. She didn't, like, it is what it is. They gave her a contract. She worked it. She left the WWE. Like, there's nothing you can really do to stop that. What was I doing? Oh, right. I was going to talk to Jumbo. Jumbo, buddy, let me talk to you. How would you like to put over Brian Pillman? Okay, that was easy. All right, great. Let's see. What else do we want to do here? Oh, I wanted to do a thing. I want to do... Oh, we need to build this fast, because the pay-per-view's in, like, 3 weeks. Alright. Let's do, like, a backstage thing where, like, Rick Rude is being interviewed by Eric Bischoff about, oh, you know, Rick Rude, last week, you came up short in the number one contenders match against Big Van Vader, yada, yada, yada. And then... managed by Teddy Long. Okay, double checking. We're going to have Teddy Long and Marty Jannetty walk up to Rick Rude and basically be like, hey, Rick, you know it didn't go your way, but we got a business proposition for you. How would you like to be Marty Jannetty's tag team partner? And then he's going to be like, you know, Rick Rude, you know, I've always been a singles wrestler, a lone wolf. And then Teddy's gonna sweet talk him, and he's gonna be like, you know what? I guess I got nothing to lose. And then, like I said, we gotta go with this because the pay per view's in like 3 weeks, and they haven't even debuted as a team yet. So let's have them go right to have a match later tonight. Guys, there's no restriction. Like, she's not under contract. there's nothing you can do if she's not under contract anymore. Like, you can't force someone to stay there. They worked their contract. They wanted to leave. It is what it is. Let's do Marty and Rick Rude taking on Too Cold. Too Cold. You know what? Harlem Heat. 6 minutes. Rick Rude gets the win. I'm pretty sure I gave them a dark match to make sure they had chemistry. I did that, right? Right? This isn't going to blow up in my face. Yes, pre-show Rick Rude Margin to beat the Headhunters. Perfect. Beautiful. Love to see it. Okay. This is gonna, like, go really bad, but, like, Jericho and Lance Storm have to cut a promo explaining what happened. Oh, baby. Oh, no. Lance Storm is weirdly the one who might have... Alright, we're gonna let them talk. It might be bad. We'll give them, like, 3 minutes. Three minutes, character development. Chris Jericho. Lance Storm. Owen off screen. Jericho has been here since '92, I think. I think we signed Jericho like immediately, and for 3 years he's been like fucking floating around doing a bunch of bullshit. So I think this is going to be like an angry Chris Jericho, like, I've been busting my ass around here for 3 years, and I see these guys like Owen Hart and Steve Regal waltz right in and take my opportunities. So I had to get my guy Lance Storm from Calgary down here to have my back because no one else has my back. Are they in a storyline? No. Chris Jericho, Lance Storm, Owen Hart, and Steve Regal. Jericho was feuding with Dusty Rhodes in '98. Is Dusty wrestling? Oh, Vader and Austin. I mean, the obvious match is like Vader and Sting versus Austin and Masawa. But I think, I mean, it's too early. That's like the go home. You know what? Let's do a promo setting it up for next week. Let's do it like that. That sounds fun. Because Sting and Vader are established friends on this brand, so it would make sense that they would challenge those guys to a match. Really getting a lot of use out of the book this dummy this week. Hell yeah, love to do a bunkhouse brawl. In both saves. In this save and in AEW. Ever since we brought Cody back, it's been fucking bunkhouse brawl central. Oh, I think Masawa should do a backstage promo. Just like 4 minutes. Where he talks shit on Sting. But also, Kobashi is there. Who, you know what? Kobashi should also talk. Basically, you know, next week, you know, this could be after they had challenged him to a tag match, and he, you know what? Let's put Steve Austin in there too. And you know what? Now it's a 6-minute promo. They're going to accept the challenge, and then, you know, as they accept the challenge, Masawa's going to be like, and that's Sting, I'm going to, you know, I'm going to beat him, pin him to the mat, 1, 2, 3, and show him, you know, get done what you couldn't do, Kobashi. Like that kind of thing. Let's... Austin, accept. Sawa is gonna do what Kobashi couldn't. Okay, let's put this like up here. What are we doing with the 3 guys? Stan. So we've done Stan and Terry. We've done Steve and Terry. We could do Steve and Stan, but they're both baby faces, and the game's gonna hate that. You know what? While I'm thinking, let's do some of these character ideas, because we need to. Gary Albright. Let's use one of these. Success. Okay, great. Warm. Dave Finley. I wanted to use one for you too. Safe bet. Success. Very warm. Okay, that's good. Debbie. Hot. Okay, Debbie has hot momentum. That's good. Who else could use this? Jericho has very warm momentum. That's good. Most of the people I need, like, do stuff with have the momentum. Oh, probably Jericho. No, his is warm. What about Lance? Very warm. Okay. We'll think of something. Oh, Necrocossus is only warm. He could use... His could be very warm. Fuck. It was the near certainty for Necrocossus was a failure. No! Oh, fuck. We have another near certainty. We have to try another one. Okay. We got him back to warm. Let's just keep it there. Whew. Alright. How would you book a Sting heel turn? I wouldn't. It's Sting. People like him. I mean, listen, if we keep playing WCW for like another decade or whatever, we'll probably at some point turn him heel, but that's, you know, it's Sting. I don't really... It's not something I'm thinking about. What did we do last week? We did this tag match with the women, sure. That Debbie won. So Necrocossus didn't even fucking Okay, so Negro Casas has to do something. Ultimo, let's give you a match. Ultimo and Doug Furnace, sure. No singles match. I'm surprised. I mean, this would be a fucking sick tech masterclass, right? Doug Furnace's tech not as high as I thought it'd be. All right, we'll just do like a 10-minute match then. 10 minutes. Ultimo's gonna win. I'm gonna put Negro. I'm gonna do the classic Negro Casas at ringside. And then after the match, he's going to attack him. After the match. That's some real boilerplate book in there. Alright, we gotta figure out what the fuck we're doing with the triple threat match. I mean, we know what we're doing. I would say that's the problem, is that it's already booked. Do we dare give Bull or Debbie a promo? I think we've given Bull promos before, and they have been fine. Although we're not carried with Bull. She might not be recognizable. Debbie. Ugh. You know what? You gotta give these people chances. You gotta see what's gonna happen. This might be a bad idea, but let's do a Debbie Malenko Bull Nakano contract signing. With a 4-minute promo, and then a 2-minute Debbie gets beat up. God help us. Is Bull fluent English? Yeah, she's cut a couple promos. Do we have angle ideas? No. Okay. They're on their own. All right. Let's see. Let's see what you got, ladies. All right. I'm just gonna book some kind of match. I'm just gonna give one of the guys in the triple threat a good. Sasuke was having that feud with Tenryu, and then Tenryu left, and he's just kind of been chilling. Though I don't really know what we could do. He has very warm momentum though, so we could also put him on the show. What about heels? Oh, there are plenty of heels here. Oh, Kawada has cold momentum. We could have used it on Kawada. Toyota too. I mean, this is not going to help his momentum, but you know what? Let's do Steve Williams versus Kawada, which should be a very cool match. Have we done a storytelling match? We might have to give these guys storytelling, which would be crazy. Brawling Imperial through the roof. Brawling. Yeah, no. You guys go out there and drop bombs. Someone else will tell a story. And then let's do Dr. Death wins by disqualification. When Terry Gordy interferes. And then this would be what, the third week in a row where these guys have a big fight? I mean, we're really selling the idea that these three guys are out of control, by God. I don't think I have a storytelling match. I do not have a storytelling. All right, let's see. Don't like doing it in the main event. Marty and Rick Rude vs. Harlem Heat. That would be the cheekiest one to do it for. Ultimo vs. Doug Furnace. We're not telling them. It really should be Steven Kawada, but I want them to have a wild brawl because I think that's going to be really good. So we are going to tell Ultimo and Doug Furnace to tell a story. The story of Negro Casas is watching. Let's open with Sting and Vader promo. That'll be hot. And then the Wild Brawl. Debbie. Yeah. Oh, the Debbie Bull promo and the Jericho Storm promo on the same show is rough. This is also very high. I think the order's fine. Owen and Regal aren't on the show, but they're talked about, which I think is fine. I don't know. 8-man tag main event is fun, but those don't usually do good numbers, so I'm gonna say like an 87. Okay, 91 promo. Good. Good. Wow, the world title scene lost heat on a 91 segment. That's wild. Yeah, this was really good. This Dr. Death and Kawada match. 85. Kawada, yeah, we got a lot of these NWO guys that spent the last like year just kind of like on the bottom rung of the NWO. It's probably time to just... I don't think the NWO has kind of like officially completely separated, but maybe once Kobashi turns, we'll do that. $93 for these guys fighting. This match, I'm like, they have to have a wild brawl at the pay-per-view, I think. But maybe we should give them 16. I don't know. Like 16 just regular. But I feel like these guys having a wild brawl three-way dance would be like fucking crazy. You know what? I will take a 61 on this. I was very fearful that this was going to get like a 40. So I will take a 61. Is Jesse managing on the NWO members? In spirit, did I actually take the time to set all of them up? Who's to say? 81 for Ultimo Doug Furnace. I'll take that. Bro, Ultimo's a guy now. Probably helps that like every single person on our roster was like, I want to put Ultimo Dragon over. Then we got a 55 for Negro Casas beating him up. That's not great. I mean, again, a 56. I mean, that's really bad for the first thing of the storyline, because that means the storyline has like poo-poo caca heat. But, you know, it could have been worse. It could have been worse. $70 for this, but this was like 3 minutes or 4 minutes, so 70's fine. Teddy, you can't struggle with going off script. You're here to cut promos. You can't... Come on, dog. 67. They somehow got less than the normal 70 rated squash match. That's interesting, but whatever. 84 for this promo. That's a little surprising. Oh, I had Kobashi talk. That's why I got an 84. Okay, that's on me. That's my bad. He was just supposed to stand there. 83. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. These 8-man tag main events tend to do that. Although Jerry Lynn and Mike Awesome really not pulling their weight here. But hey, Pillman won, so there's that. Maybe that's why these guys were so, like, dead set on not jobbing. Because they were like, the other team has Mike Awesome and Jerry Lynn on it. They should lose. 86. We were so close. But considering this show had a Demi Malenko promo and a Lance Storm promo, we'll take it. Maritimes. Maritimes. I guess HWA doesn't exist yet, huh? Debbie Malenko is money. Strap a rocket to her, says Ultimo Dragon. Ultimo, brother, I'm trying. I'm trying. It's not so easy when people aren't just like, oh, let me put over Debbie Malenko. It would also be so helpful to us if there were just like any over women in America, you know? If we could just like, if I had just one woman with like 60 pop, it would help us so much. But they just like don't exist. I mean, she's available, but she has all the women have all the same problems. The like a popular woman in America will have like 30 pop, which is not enough to be like that's less than recognizable for us. Like we've brought in a lot of the Joshi, but the Joshi are popular in Japan. They're not popular here. Bull's only recognizable because we push the hell out of her. House show in Alberta, 97 fans. Hell yeah. WWF morale issues. Signed the Warrior. Now they got morale issues. You know what? I forgot to check the battles. How much are we winning by? A lot in the U.S. and even more in Japan. It's so weird to think of us as like far and away the #1 Japanese company, but like we did buy All Japan and basically start a show that's more or less features the All Japan rock. Like I guess it makes sense. Like a Nitro is a show that is kind of for the Japanese market. Bruce Pritchard versus Cowabunga. Tremendous. You know, the Paulie promos have not been going great recently. Like in TEW 2020, that was totally a cheat code. We would just have Paulie cut promos for guys, and they would get 100 every time. But in this game, he tends to get like 70s and 80s. Which I assume is just like his momentum, but I don't know. Alright, let's Oh, it's been like 3 whole weeks. Let's go back to the Southeast. We did Tennessee, so let's go to Florida. Let's go to Orlando. I mean, that is true. A 70 that would help our women a lot, actually. I want more character ideas. A likely bit of a gamble. A likely for Big Van Vader. We will never use that. Safe bet. All right, give me a creative finish. We got 51 points. Big gamble. Okay, all right, okay. We're getting along with Masawa. That's good. We're Jesse Ventura, by the way, if you haven't been watching since episode 1. It never really comes up, but we play as Jesse Ventura. Vampiro's got a creative finish. I bet that's great. Stan Hansen and Kurt Hennig got into a heated argument. Okay. Steamboat trained. Jimmy Jett did karaoke. Thank you, Jimmy. Tommy Rogers pulled a rib on Ricky Steamboat. That's, I mean, if you're gonna rib, like if you're an undercard guy, and you're gonna rib one of the top guys, Steamboat's probably the one to do it to. He would probably take it in stride. Like if you do that to Ric Flair, you're getting your bag shit in, you know. Eddie Gilbert did some funny cartoons. All right. We haven't done anything on here all stream. Let's, you know, a lot of people seem to be a little testy. Let's do an open forum. Why is Don Callis mad at me? He's on commentary every week. He should be fine with that. Okay. What are we doing here? We have to continue. All right, Vampiro. Vampiro was going to cut a promo about how he pinned Eddie Guerrero last week. And you know what? Maybe the tag titles weren't in the cards for the Coven. That sold out. But, you know, when one door opens and closes, another one opens, it's time for me to go after the television title. But, like, in a spooky way. Another win for JPL. I mean, this wouldn't be a win, but I think we can absolutely do Jean-Paul Levesque and Rick Martel against Kurt Hennig and Arn Anderson. I think we could definitely do that. I think we could give this the storytelling match. And you know what? I won't even have them get pinned. I will have those guys lose by disqualification when Flair and Tenru run in, and then we will do a good old-fashioned Horseman beatdown. It's okay. He's going to get to beat up Kurt and Arn after the match. So I think the long play here is that Arn and Kurt will probably have to win the Steiners over because A, we have time to kill, and B, I mean, the Horsemen have been feuding the Steiners for like the entirety that the Horsemen have existed. So I think it makes sense that the Steiners would maybe not immediately jump to help Kurt Hennig and Arn Anderson. Like, they're going to have to win them over, I think. Alright. Oh, after the match last week with Kamala, is there like a tag match there with like fucking Kamala, Terry Funk, and Roddy Piper against... Yeah, why not? I mean, that's not a main event, but it's a match. It's something for these guys to do. Terry Funk, Roddy Piper, and Kamala against Avalanche, Dave Finlay, Oh, Finley's hurt. Fuck, that's right. Okay, well then it's just a tag match then. Or, let me think. Avalanche. Are there random heels he could team with? The Gilberts. Those are random heels. Yeah, sure. Avalanche and the Gilberts. Against Cactus. Cactus. Against Terry, Roddy, and Kamala. Again, what a match. The Gilberts have to lose this. I'm going to have Terry Funk pin like Doug Gilbert. I wanted Gary Albright to start winning matches, but I don't know if he has warm. It has to be like very warm to get to not get penalized, right? Likely. They're all like, I'm afraid to use a likely. All right, well, hopefully we just have someone recognizable he could beat. That would be great. The Shockmaster is recognizable. He could beat the Shockmaster. Also, like, Gary Albright versus the Shockmaster. Let's go. This is guys being dudes. Shockmaster is serious. That's fine. I think that's fine. I think he can be furious. I don't really care. I mean, I don't know. I guess he is in the Coven, but he's also like clearly the third guy in the Coven. Exclusive in 160. Oh, 168 days. That contract's up. Yeah, no, that's no. You can lose. Savage, Steamboat, Steiner. See, the problem with this, I don't really have anything for these guys right now. Savage literally doesn't have a feud. I mean, he's going to feud Albright, but we have to heat Albright up first. Steamboat is kind of just in wait until the Nitro pay-per-view match happens. Austin could cut a promo. He's the world champion. You could always just have your world champion cut a promo. Basically, he'll respond to what Steamboat said last week and be like, Steamboat, you old washed up son of a bitch. Well, he won't say son of a bitch, but I already proved I was better than you at Sold Out. I don't care how hard you try, you're never getting a WCW title shot. Ed Vader, as for you, and then he'll, hype the match at Super Brawl. We really need a main event. All right, Steamboat, Savage, Steiner, Eddie Guerrero. All of those people are guys that are people that could be in the main event. I keep looking at Steamboat or Savage. Who do we have here for faces and heels? Let's do... Okay. This is kind of a weird one, but for our main event, I'm going to do Randy Savage versus Dan Severn. Which is... Stick with me, okay? Or do I want to... No, well, I don't want Shamrock to lose. So we're going to do Savage and Severn. And Randy's going to win this match. And we're going to do botched interference on Dan from Shamrock. And then we will end the show with these guys arguing. Catch Club argues after loss. No big promo or anything. These and no, like, not come to blows or anything either. Just these guys having words. And then I think Steamboat will simply win a match. There are many heels he can simply beat, such as the Giant Warrior. Just having Steamboat beat big guys the last couple weeks. And then we're going to have the Steiners cut a promo. And by the Steiners, I mean Scott Steiner and Magnum TA. You know, the Steiners. Just a promo about, you know, we're the tag team champions. You know, we took out the Coven. We beat the Coven so bad they're not even going for they're not even a tag team anymore. Vampiro wants the TV title now, and you know we're not putting them in the Four Horsemen feud yet. So this is kind of like a fucking filler placeholder promo of just, you know, we the best tag team. We're taking on all comers, etc., etc. This again would not be 6 minutes. When I book promos like this and give them 6 minutes, I imagine they're those kinds of promos where it's like Eric Bischoff in the ring and he's like, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the ring at this time. Your WCW tag champions, the Steiner brothers. And they make an entrance and they slap hands with everybody. And that takes up like a solid 2 minutes. And then they cut like a 2 or 3 minute promo. And then, you know, Eric Bischoff goes, ladies and gentlemen, the Steiners. And then they leave. And then that takes another like minute. It's like that. How do you feel about Thibs being let go? I am not the Knicks fan. Nick is the Knicks fan. I have no thoughts. I saw that and I was like, oh, that's weird that they fired their coach after they went to the conference finals for the first time in 50 years or whatever the fuck. But I don't know anything about it. Shockmaster is furious. Too much JPL. True and true. Alright, let's see. What are we opening with? I think you can open with the Austin promo. And I think you could go with here. And I think you could go Horseman Beatdown. Oh, that's a lot of matches in a row. I think we're opening with a match then. And if we're opening with a match, I suppose it's this one, which is a choice. Let's actually swap these. Again, don't think this is like the best episode of Saturday Night, but I thought that last week of the show got, what, a 94? But I really don't think Randy Savage and Dan Severn in a singles match is going to do numbers. Like, it is advancing the Dan and Ken storyline, but that storyline won't be hot, so they'll probably get penalized. I'm gonna say this is the low show of the stream. I'm gonna say like an 85. Yep, 75 for this match. I mean, I'll take it. Avalanche was off his game. That's a tough pull. 93 for the Austin promo. Good. Good. That's why he's the champ, baby. 84 for Rick Martel and JPL against Arn and Kurt. That's great. John Paul is getting better at his gimmick. Holy shit. Guys, ever since we changed this picture to this picture, the tide has been turning. I think that was really the key. Is we had to have him stop being Jean Paul Levesque, and he's just Triple H now. We're still calling him Jean Paul Levesque because that's funny to me. I like to live in an alternate universe where he still becomes a star, but not as Triple H, as Jean Paul Levesque, and everyone calls him JPL. And then they got to beat these guys up. We got a 70 for Steamboat and the Giant Warrior. Steamboat got a 99. Oh, they had chemistry. Interesting. I'm sorry. Am I looking at a 100 Vampiro promo? Chat. What the fuck? We did it. The people, they love Vampiro. $54 for Gary Albright versus the Shockmaster. Gary Albright got a 40. Ooh, maybe he's not getting that Randy Savage match. Oh, man. I don't know. A 40 is... Like, I knew he didn't have pop, but he's got stats. I thought he would be good. Gary Albright is not a good face. He's got a poor gimmick, and he's got bad physical condition. That's a really bad trio. That's rough. Good promo because they hate each other. Yeah, maybe. Maybe Vampiro was just shooting. All right, Gary Albright. You're off the fucking spreadsheet. Also, apparently I wrote Randy Savage versus Randy Savage. Instead of writing Randy Savage versus Gary Albright, I wrote Randy Savage versus Randy Savage, which is the ideal, that's actually what we need. We need Randy Savage to just wrestle himself for 15 minutes on the pay-per-view. That would be great for us. Alright. Gary Albright might just be physically shot, which is a shame. 88 Steiner's promo. Good. Good. And of course, the Steiners, I mean Scott and Magnum. You know, the Steiner brothers. Ooh, 75. Ooh, that's rough. I'm assuming we got penalized for heat here. Yeah, penalized due to Catch Club breakup storyline, low heat. That sucks. We almost would have been better off just having this be a cold match and then having Ken and Dan like yell at each other afterwards. What are the changes? Oh. No. We're not turning him. And then they argued. 83. That's a bummer, but it's mostly because this main event did way worse than it should have. But that's okay. That's okay. Can't all be winners. John Paul Levesque was slightly overused. Fuck you, game. You don't tell me how much I use John Paul Levesque. We made money. We went up into Maritimes. I'm actually dying to see if JPL got like 10 more points of overness. He's still unimportant. Yeah, he's got 52 in the Southeast, but everywhere else he's in the 30s. But, I mean, he is, you know, we do have him up like 15 points since he came up to the main roster, so that's something. The push will continue. Alright. We're going to make, like, one last check to see if there's someone we could bring in to wrestle Randy Savage. I know we checked this last stream, but we're, like, desperate now. I think... Is this the group we were looking at last time, huh? And I was gonna bring in Maeda, but then I think it was Inoki, I think, who was like, "I'll kill you if you bring in Maeda," and I was like, "Oh yeah." I mean, it could just be we could just bring back Bobby Eaton. Well, you're looking for guys with tech. I mean, fuck that. Just show me like 40 pop in USA. In theory, when I do 2 higher, they should come up in this list if they're leaving WWF in the next like 30 days. In theory, they should show up here. Will they? Eh. Everyone is old, which makes sense because we're looking at overness. Shouldn't have let Koloff leave. He's very mad at us now. We can bring Paul New back. Yo baby, yo baby, yo. Bring Razor back. You know, if we brought Razor in and put him on Saturday night, I wonder if he would do better. Eh. Van Hammer's another guy we just let leave. It's a bad sign when the people we're looking at are just guys. Is there a way to search their roster for like... I don't think so. I think we just have to like go to contract and look. Dean Douglas. Oh, that's funny. Is he even popular? Not particularly. DDP. DDP is the guy that we let go of, and they've been, like, pushing. Which is fascinating, because we were using him as a manager, I think. Coco is working on a handshake deal with them, huh? That's interesting. What's he getting in matches? 55, and it's not great. 57, yeah, it's not great either. No, they're booking Johnny Polo. Sorry, Coco. Shawn Michaels in 2000. That's a long time. December 26, 2000 until Shawn Michaels' contract's up. That's crazy. The year 2000 seems like the far-flung future in 1995. Yeah, there's no one here. As insane as this is, I think we're just gonna hire fucking Scott Hall again. And we're gonna move him to Saturday night and see if he does better over there. Unless he's mad at us. But I don't think he will be because we just let him leave. 2-year contract, Scott Hall. Bring him back. Razor Ramon. All right, well let's move this to Monday and then we'll call it a stream. Hey, Razor, just remember when we let you go and we said you were an unpushable piece of shit? How we were just kidding, buddy. You want to work on Saturdays, right? Come on back. Get back on the Canada loop. Go to Saskatchewan. Oh, that was another thing I wanted to check. Is that actually helping us? I mean, it is very slightly helping us. We're gaining like 1 point every 2 months or so. So, you know, if we just keep grinding at these house shows for the next, I don't know, 4 years, maybe we'll be able to get a TV deal. At some point in this mod, do there start being more broadcasters, right? Like when we start getting like late 90s, early 2000s, do like a bunch of like shitty little cable companies get added to broadcasters? That would probably help us a lot. If we could get like um some small time deal, or even for like Smoky Mountain, if we could get them a shitty national deal on like Fox Sports Network or some shit like that, that would be good for us. Alan Pulver. We got a graduate here. Let's see. What are his skills? Bad. Very bad. He's got 83 star quality and 75 sex appeal. So he's a hottie. But other than that, he's pretty bad. So I'm just gonna not sign this rando. Miss Janice. House show in Manitoba, great. I've been trying to get Razor Ramon to sign this contract before the stream ends, but I don't think he's going to. I think he's being difficult. Is power plant maxed out? I have no idea. I don't really care about like generating random guys, so I don't. Honestly, we might as well close the power plant because I'm probably not going to sign a lot of them, but I don't know. Currently, no, it is not maxed out, which is kind of surprising. But I don't think I'm going to touch it. Who's the trainer? I actually have no idea. This is... I don't even know where I would find that. I love that these knockoff Ninja Turtle gimmicks and shit from the early 90s are, like, still around in 95. Because, like, by 95, those were, like, totally dead. But, like, in 92, when this mod starts, like, that's, like, a hot gimmick in, like, Mexico and the Indies. And no, Scott Hall did not sign, which means next stream I get to turn it on and be like, oh, yeah, we signed Scott Hall. So that'll be fun. But that's going to do it for the stream. We might make it to Super Brawl next stream. It's 13 days away. It'll kind of be a long stream if we do, but we'll see. Hopefully we make it. That'll make it for a fun stream. And then Thursday, AEW's back. That's what Nick told me. You saw it early in the stream. He said he'd be there. So tune in for that. God, what the fuck? It's been 2 weeks. I have a big Dynamite coming up, the St. Patrick's Day episode, but I don't even think we're going to make it to that, if I remember correctly. So it might just be a, hey, we're doing some TVs episode. But hey, sometimes you just got to do some TVs. That's what we did this week. If you're watching on YouTube, thanks, appreciate it. Do all the YouTube stuff, like the video, leave a comment, subscribe. Or come hang out Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8 o'clock Eastern, twitch.tv/Warles. And that's it. Bye, everybody.